Hello, all of my CP Bears. My name's Chronically Blue. Welcome back to more Sonic Frontiers, Final Horizons, Final Frontiers, whatever it's called. Anyway, last episode, we finished Knuckles, at least I think we did. And we are now on Tails. We got... I apologize. I always cough like I'm whining. We got the Cyclone Boost, which is fantastic. We can change the altitude. It is fantastic. It makes everything go by so much faster. We had to leave. We had to come back later once we got more Coco skills in order to get the Power Blaster Bomber thingy, the Super Duper Shooper, which we do not have yet, so we're just going through and getting more skill Cocos while we wait to get that. Here, the best thing to do is to just go around here and just start attacking the purple things, you know, like we're supposed to. And that's really the easiest thing to do here. But I did want to say just a few things. First and foremost is that I finished the Christmas shopping, which makes me very relieved. As soon as it gets here and as soon as I wrap it, then I will be fully relieved and ready and in the holiday spirit. Yes, it is November. Yes, I'm aware. But I like to get everything done as soon as I possibly can so that way I don't have to worry about it at all. Anyway, we still have a few more map Cocos, as well as we need to get the Cyclone Cannon, which is why we are going hunting down the rest of these little skill Cocos. That's what I'm calling them. I don't know if that's the official name or not, but whatever. But I did recently, no spoilers, I promise. I did recently finish Sonic Superstars, and it was good. I liked quite a bit of stuff. So if you are interested in a 2D Sonic game and you have just not been into it previously, but you like Sonic Mania, this one's really good. It's really good. I liked it a lot, and I also died a lot, specifically at the final part. But, you know, that happens to a lot of people. So the reason why we are trying to get the Cyclone Cannon is because with the area that we started off with the big purple block that has a shield on it, we have to do a lot of damage to it in a very short amount of time. We don't have a really good way of doing that as of right now, so that's why we are trying to go get these skill Cocos so we can do that. So that way it'll be a lot easier for us to do that. Now, if you remember this little platform just standing right here, that means, of course, that we have to get some rings, and we have to do our Cycloop Blaster at it. Our Cycloop Shooter. A little pea shooter. A little pop. There you go. That's what we have to do here. Look at all these Cocos just cheering us on. We have the spring right there. Please remember that Tails cannot homing attack. I know it's lame, but they have to make some management somewhere. Okay, we still do not have enough. Oh, yes, we do. Perfect. So yes, the Cyclone Cannon. It is beautiful. It deals a lot of damage really quickly. You just gotta have max rings to activate it, which that part kind of stinks, but you know, you win some, you lose some. So look at this. And if you ever played the multiplayer of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, and you played as Tails, you will remember this as being one of Tails' power-ups. So it's super cool. I like seeing when they reference stuff. It makes me believe that there's continuity over the 56,000 Sonic games and TV shows and movies and everything else. So just something to me be like, oh yeah, I know that. It helps. But anyway, now that we finally have this, we are going all the way back over to... Oh, that's a big wall. Yeesh, that came out of nowhere. So we're now going all the way back over here. And this part, it's a little unique, okay? Once you understand what you're supposed to do, it's good. Just hit everything. That's all you gotta do. Don't try to think about stuff. Don't try to be like, oh, well, maybe I need to do this and this and this and this. Just hit everything. That is going to be your best option here. And again, if you do not have any rings here, or if you don't have the max rings, you can very easily go and just Cycloop a bunch, as you've seen me do multiple times, and edit that out in order to just summon a bunch of rings. Yes, it takes a little bit of time, but at the same time, it's the fastest way to get a bunch of rings in the area that you're currently in. Now, please note that with the Cycloop Blaster, we cannot aim it. We cannot aim it upwards or downwards. We can only aim it left and right. So, just giving you that little bit of information there before you try to just do it multiple times and get upset that nothing's happening. But as you are very familiar with, we have these little breakable pillars where we throw stuff at it, and then it slowly shrinks down one by one unit, and we do that in order to reveal the area that we need it to be. And again, if it's not working, just move a little bit, and it should be working by that. It's all about the angle that you hit it at. And thankfully, there's no enemies here, so we don't have to worry about losing our rings anytime. Look at that, we are dealing so much damage to the inanimate object. If we go over here, we have a little box with a bunch of seeds of attack. Yeah, the hearts are attack. And the blue seeds are defense. It's a little out there, I'll be honest with you. But at the same time, I kind of get it, kind of don't, whatever. It's enough. That's the part that we're really trying to grasp there, you know? Like, it's enough. We'll be alright. So yes, we're trying to lower that just so we can get up here a little bit. So then we are at perfect altitude in order to use our blaster. I'm firing my laser! Wah! And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you would never on Flipnote Hatena, which... Oh, I just realized that's been... How long has Flipnote Hatena been closed down? Sweet goodness. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, 1, you are very young. 2, on the DSi... Sorry, I don't know why I say it like that. On the DSi, there was a application that was free called Flipnote Studio. And what it was is it was just a little like a cheap basics Flipnote animation software. You can draw something on it, go to the next page, you can either see nothing or you can turn on the onion layers in order to see what you drew last time. It was very limited. There was only 3 colors, so not a whole lot. But people made a lot of it. Like, you could add audio, and I'm not sure how long one could be, because once I was finally old enough to upload to it, it just did not like anything that I entered. It's not like any of my usernames, my passwords, my names, my age, nothing. So I was like, whatever, I'll just keep watching it. And it was just, it was pre-YouTube. It was like 2011 YouTube, for lack of a better term. And it was just all drawn stuff. It was mostly memes. You know, go figure. Who would have guessed it would be a lot of memes? Like, but no, it was alright. It passed the time, and if you had an internet connection and you had nothing to do, you could definitely kill some time just going through all the new Flipnote Studio Hatena stuff. And there was even the option to give stars. Stars didn't cost anything. It was just how many times you can press the button. And so at the end of every animation, it'd be like, please give stars to save this person. You know how, like, oh, send to 5 people to da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, it's like that. But if you have any idea what I'm talking about and you miss those very simple, dumb animations, most of them being SpongeBob and Mario for some reason, there are quite a few compilations on YouTube. I like watching them just to relive the memories. Be like, oh yeah, I remember seeing that one. Oh yeah, that was everywhere. I remember seeing that one too. And it's just nice. It just brings me back to, like, when I was a youngin'. And I was I was a youngin', like, at the big boom of devices and social media and all that stuff. So, like, I got a PS Vita when I was 12, and I could not go online with it until I was 13. So, you know, that's kind of where I was at. And when I was like 14 or 15, one of those, I spilled red Gatorade on it, and I was like, well, electronics plus water doesn't work, so, you know, I'm just gonna throw this out. I did not to my mom. She was very upset. Or maybe she isn't. Maybe she thinks I still have it. I don't know. Sorry, Mom, if you find out this way. But, you know, if you're watching the 50th episode of Sonic Frontiers to find out that I did that, sorry. You know, what can I do? So, I just do stuff. And here we have this ball puzzle, and I can tell you right now, this is the most annoying one that we've ever done. Let me tell you right now that we are not going to be able to do it. We are not strong enough, we are not fast enough, we are not the best of the best, we are the worst of the worst over here. Like, see how much we are struggling just to get through this one ring. We're not doing it. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Just give up now. Now, if you get more skilled Cocos and you get the charged wrench attack, you still won't be able to do it. But it'll make you think you're able to. We're going to come back here as Sonic, don't you worry, and we are going to be finishing that actually next episode. So, we have the cannon right here, and this is just going to help us get a little bit higher. I don't know, I firmly believe you cannot control the cannon, but I have not tried. But out of the missions that we have available, there are very few. One of them, I don't know if you've actually done it or not, so I have to pay attention as well. Like, you think my job's easy, just sitting here mumbling and talking for about nothing for 20 minutes? It's not. Have you ever tried to talk to a wall about nothing for 20 minutes? Like, if you want to practice, get a stuffed animal. Don't get a mirror. If you get a mirror, then you're going to be focusing on yourself way too much. This area we can't do as... Oh no, we can do. We can do this as Tails. This is pink, so I assume we're meant to do it as Amy. But luckily with Tails' little blaster thing, we can just very easily not even worry about being accurate with the little flames here. The reason why we needed Tails or Amy is because there's a part coming up involved in this mission specifically where we are going to need to get some increased altitude, and unfortunately Knuckles is not the person that we need. So as you can see, there are still a few that just lit up yet again, so we are going to be cutting it very close. I'm just letting you know that right now. So you see it get down to like 1 second, don't be afraid. It's alright. It's a clock, it can't hurt you. What happens after the clock, that can hurt you. No, I'm just kidding. And we have one last one right down there. And somehow we actually did this in the first try. Again, I don't know how. I know you're gripping your seat, you're just like, oh no. But yes, we did it in 1.06 seconds left on the clock, which is not a lot, but it still counts. And I'm doing everything in my power to make sure that we knock out all the missions. That's right, by next episode, before the end of the next episode, all the missions will be cleared and we will have the map fully revealed. Sounds like a big task, I know. But for me, it's exciting because it's a breath of relief. I can see it, and I'm just like, the end is in my grasp. I can see it. I am so close. I feel it in my bones that we are getting close to finishing this. But first we're going to talk to this little dude and put everything into speed and then into ring capacity. So our speed is at level 99 when it was at 1. So, you know, big increase. Okay, and now we're going to increase everything for the ring capacity. And we did not have enough, but we got up to level 84. So, meh, it's alright. Now, I don't know if I talked about this, but I will this time. When the game first released, you could not put everything to ring or everything to speed. You had to do it one by one. And that was very annoying, so they added that. And it makes it a lot faster and a lot easier. These little 10 rings, they make me so happy. Not for any reason specifically, just because it's just nice. You know, just seeing one ring and actually has 10, just like, oh, thank you. That's exactly what I needed. We got more portal gears here, which we don't really need. We have quite a lot of portal gears here. But just for hee-hees and ha-has, I'm just like, you know what, let's go ahead and get it anyway. What's the worst that could happen? Alright, so we have the A mission coming up that is annoying. Like, I'm just gonna say that right now. This mission is annoying. You have to be so precise and so perfect, and it is frustrating. It is so frustrating, I promise you. So, first we're going to just start getting a bunch of rings. And because this was under 20 minutes, I felt the need to not cut it out. So here you can see exactly what I do and what happens when I go from 5 rings to 907 rings. Okay, so we have to go through these rings, but we have to go through them specifically. We have to go lowest to highest and then straight down. Which I know, that sounds, you know, annoying. Especially because you cannot exactly manually control Tails' altitude. So you just have to become a master of getting the timing down of Tails flying, which, it's difficult. I'm not gonna lie to you, it is annoying. But, after a little bit of practice, you can do it. As well as there's also something nearby that we are going to use to help us get the top remaining two. Yeah, you see those two way up there? Yeah, we're gonna get those, don't you worry. But Chronically Blue, how are we gonna get them? Well, that's a good question. I'm glad you asked. Over to the little grind rail that is going in a circle. Yeah, that one. There is a little thing that we can activate where a platform will appear, and it is going to help us very tremendously. All we have to do is land on the spring. And there it is. Yeah, so there's a platform right there, and that is the platform that is going to help us. Once you hit that spring, it is going to be there, so you don't have to worry about hitting the spring any other time. But, of course, you know, I mess up, so, you know, things happen. What can you do? And we're just showing you what all is over here. And there's a whole bunch of stuff over here that you can go to if you really want to. I don't really want to, so I'm not going to. But that platform is exactly what we're going to use in order to help us get those top ring parts there. Got some hidden cocos here. And one thing I can say is that I'm very glad that at the very least we don't have to get every single coco. That's just refreshing because there's no like coco radar. So obviously the game doesn't read too deep into it, which means that we shouldn't either. So I'm very fortunate about that. Because if we had to go through and find every single coco in order to like fully finish the game, I think I would lose my head. I would absolutely. No thank you. I would like to not. And the fact that we can just buy them at the fishing spots, that's also really cool. Speaking of fishing spots, I have not seen any purple coins in a while. But then again, we can only get the purple coins with Sonic, and we can only do the fishing spots with Sonic. So I guess that makes sense why we haven't seen them in the entirety of this DLC. Now you do have to be careful about how you hit the hourglass, because if you hit it wrong, then it's going to be like, you're cheating, and it's gonna make you restart. So, you know, that stinks. But if you can fit the majority of Tails' body through the square, you'll be alright. We're going to retain our flight in order to get right over to this platform here. Oh no, a little too high. A little too... out of the way. Out of the way. There we go. Hey, now, we just gotta get this perfect. Can we do it? We got 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 second. Nope. But, since we know how close we can get it, it means that we are absolutely going to get it this time. And there I go, messing it up. These things happen. How do you think I find things to talk about this game when we've played it for so long? Like, sweet goodness, this is my longest Let's Play. And I see the view counts, and I do not take any offense to it whatsoever. It is very understandable. Like, I wouldn't even, like, no thank you. If I saw a Let's Play that had, like, 60 episodes, I'd be like, sweet goodness, you've got to be kidding me. But it's just because, you know, I'm playing this game, and, you know, the DLC release, I'm like, okay, well, I might as well just finish it. You know? But thankfully, we did finish that little mission right there. Whoopa. Okay, so there's only one mission left, and that is specifically for Sonic. So, I'd like to say thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I will see you all next time when we finish the map and find some other fun little things to do. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I will see you all next time. Goodbye, my sleepy bears.